Hey, so I'm about to head out, but I just wanted to hop on here real quick and talk about something that I think is so important, and that is distinguishing. My dog's trying to get in this shot. Distinguishing the difference in junk food, junk love, junk distractions, distinguishing that from what it is that you really want. Hi, Paul. Hi, Kelly. And so here's the deal. As long as you're consuming junk, it's really hard to receive the level of love, of body health, of vitality, of lush environment that you want. And we live in a society where it's really easy to get hooked on the junk, right? The quick Oreo, the quick Mexican food, the quick, hit of that guy that flirts with you and is super awesome, but really has no long-term goals in mind except for feeding his immediate needs, right? It's very flattering, gets you all like a quick hit of, attention, but it does not sustain long-term. Same thing with food. We get this junk food and that sugar spikes or that quick caffeine hit and we feel all right for a moment, but it doesn't sustain long term. Hi, Sandra. And so as long as we're taking in these quick junk food distractions, let's talk about our dreams. Even with our dreams, hi, Cecily. Hi, Julianne. Even with our dreams, there's a way to, instead of actually going after our dreams, we get these quick hits of junk food distractions that make us feel like, oh yeah, I'm making a difference, or I'm doing work, or someone loves me. What about those junk food friendships? Like for a moment you have connection and you feel like you matter, but maybe you're continuously connecting with someone who is toxic for you or is not really going in the direction of where you know to go. So the tricky thing about junk is that it is satisfying and gratifying in the immediate. It hits some quick need, it's drive through, it's really fast, whether that's junk food sex, no quality, but gets it done, or it's junk food friends, junk food distractions that make us feel like we're busy and we're doing something, but we're not actually, hi Mariah, we're not actually following our dreams and consuming nourishment. Let's talk about things that nourish you. So let's talk about friends that adore you and support you and believe in you and your dreams. Let's talk about love that is really deeply satisfying, or even the dating scene, like someone that actually adores you versus that guy that, maybe you've been crushing, but he's an F-boy, right? Or he's not ever really going to step up and see you as the person that you are. Or men, if you're watching, the same with women, she'll let you take her out, but she doesn't respect you and isn't going to go anywhere long-term with you, right? So as long as we're taking those things in, one, we can't take in nourishment. However, if you start to just bring awareness to what am I taking in right now, whether it's food, and it's really helpful to look at just one area of your life at a time, the one that matters most. So if you're focused on finance, if you're focused on love, if you're focused on your health, then focus there. So I'm going to talk about love and body for now, for a moment. So if you're focused on love, you'd be thinking, okay, who am I talking with? Who am I spending, if you're on a dating site, who am I spending my time giving attention to? Is it the same old busters, or is it the guy that's always asking what I'm wearing or calling really, really late? Or is it that old person that we never went anywhere except for physically, but I know will give me attention in the moment and just, right? Good. Mariah, I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. I always pray right before that the perfect people hear this. So I'm so glad that you're on. Yeah, so we don't want to waste our time with these guys that just aren't going to step up. And it's hard because you're left with what? Empty space, right? When you don't know where Mr. Right is, or the next step in your biggest dream for yourself, or or, you know, it's that in-between time. We're going to get to diet in a minute. You don't know where Mr. Right is, so you have this empty space, and there's this waiting and this not knowing. And so it gets really tempting and really easy just to text that person that is the junk food, right? Or to quickly go for the Oreos or whatever junk food, go out to eat, go, you know, take in that quick food instead of reaching for nourishment, right? So instead, awareness is one, right? Okay, I'm reaching for junk food. And if you can't get yourself to stop, that's okay, but just bring awareness to it with the intention to start reaching for nourishment, right? Then the second step is new habits, reaching for nourishment. So in the way of a guy, Mariah, or dating, I don't know if that's what you were thinking about, and then I'll talk about food or going for your dreams. In the way of a guy, it would be like, okay, I'm not going to reach for the junk food. This does not nourish me. I'm bringing all my power, energy, and thoughts right back here. And then think about what is it that you're looking for from that quality. If you want to feel sexy or desired or loved up or whatever, how can you give that to yourself in the immediate? And I know that can feel like, well, whatever, I really want it outside of me. And you can, you'll get it outside of you, but not until you give it to yourself first, right? So you've got to be willing to receive and notice, where am I already receiving high level love, sensuality, attention? And if you're not seeing it anywhere, you may be receiving it from friends, and it's all right to acknowledge it there, because at least you can start to say, I am nourished. My friends think that I'm sexy as hell, right? And when I go dancing and I'm with a bunch of girlfriends that I love and trust, I feel sexy as hell, right? Or I can buy myself some flowers, or I'm going to pay for a paid dating site where men are at least a little more vested in the game, or women, whatever your deal is, right? So that would be the next step, is receiving nourishment. Now, in the way of food, okay, you're trying to go for something junky, whatever that is for you. Instead, I'm going to grab an apple and some almonds, and I'm going to say, oh, thank you. You love me. This is the kind of food that loves me back. Like, it's going to go into my body and do intelligent things and create the most out of this. So I take it in as love. Like, the earth loves me. I'm taking in earth love. I'm taking in nourishment from Mother Earth, from God, from Creator, whenever I'm taking in this beautiful food, right? And so then I just keep going and affirming it while I'm taking it in. What else could nourish me? Some lean meat, some fish, some sushi. I'm going to take this in and enjoy. I know some people can't do rice, but you know what I'm saying. I'm going to take it in and I'm going to say, I love this. This is nourishing. I nourish myself. I take in nourishment and continuously take that in, right? If it's with your dream, okay, what I'm doing right now, is it nourishing my dream to be a writer, to go to college, to whatever that is, to be a singer, to paint, to travel? If it's not nourishing it, what can I do to nourish it? Is it looking at vacations? Is it reading blogs by people who have accomplished this dream? Is it actually doing the writing? Is it hiring a coach? Right? But then I'm going to focus my energy on stuff that actually nourishes my queendom and my kingdom, not just giving out to this junk food quick hit, right? Or watching someone else's dreams on TV for hours and hours and hours on end. Believe me, I love a Netflix binge and a good movie, but when it comes down to it, are you nourishing your queendom or your kingdom? Because people, if you haven't noticed, this world is all over the place, and we need more people in their passion, in their power, in their purpose, and we do that by taking in good nourishment. And as we take in that good nourishment, what we put out is nourishing to the world and nourishing to people. So awareness is number one. New habits, number two. Number three, okay, you're high lane, you want to take in more nourishing habits. You want to do more nourishing things that nourish your dreams, or you want to have a nourishing dating or love life. Okay, now you stopped reaching for the junk food, though it's really, really hard, and you're putting in new habits, reaching in for nourishment. But still, there's something under there, maybe. If maybe one or two get it for you, but there's something under you that keeps calling you back. Hi, Taylor, keeps calling you back in. And so that's that emotional stuff. This can be everything from stuff that is way back in childhood, to thinking like you dated that one asshole and since then you just believe this is who you are for men and that's how men are. Or maybe your dad was an asshole. We love them, right? I mean, but dads are human, moms are human. And so you've got these weird beliefs in there. Maybe you made it up completely. It had nothing to do with anybody. It was just perfect timing, your imagination. You were 7 years old, forgot you made it up, but have been living your life from this context. So that stuff's always going on in the background and can really influence whether or not we can stick with these habits and keep those awarenesses in our minds, right? So when it comes to that, go and get some support around undoing those beliefs. So personally, I have a wonderful process, and if you're a lady, I'm taking 10 calls. It's 10 hours of my time where I'll walk you through a quick process, and we can talk about whichever topic you're thinking of, love, dating, or money, and your goal to take in more nourishment. And I'll walk you through a simple 3-step process for free, complimentary, to unblock this so that you can figure out, is there something going on behind? Let's get our habits in place and let's get really aware about where we're going and where we are so that we can make better, healthier choices. All right? Have a beautiful, blessed, blissful day. Take in some nourishment. Stave off the junk food. When that joker starts calling you, if you're a lady in the dating scene or a guy and you're dealing with some, shady ladies, when they text you, no, does this nourish my kingdom? If it doesn't nourish you, walk away and grab something that does, right? Stay away from the junk food today. Give yourself some real nourishment. Take it in with appreciation. This is food that loves me. It does great things in my body, so it's the kind of food I'm going to let. Other than making love, food is one of the most intimate things, right? Like, we take it inside of our bodies, and it becomes a part of us. That's crazy when you think about it. So what kind of foods, what kind of nourishment are you going to take in, right? And if it's toward your dream, what are you doing with your time? Is what you're doing nourishing you right now? And if it's not nourishing your dreams and taking you where you want to go, okay, put it aside and sit in the emptiness for a moment and take in that nourishment. Okay, if this spoke to your heart and you want to spend an hour with me on the phone, with me dedicated to serving you with this process of getting clear and taking in more nourishment, message me, private message me, and I will book a call with you. If you're a lady and you're not in Shamanista Queens Facebook group, I'll add that link, or you can look it up and request to join. We do even deeper stuff like this regularly inside of there. All right, lots of love. Have a great day. Bye.